Outlier here, Outlier TV here tonight. I'm Robert Warren's up in the booth for race number 13 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, alongside my co-host Chris Schuster. Chris, how you feeling about tonight, buddy?
I'm feeling great. Happy to be here tonight. Charlotte should be an outstanding race for everybody. And let me start off by wishing everyone a happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day, everyone. We had our one in Canada last Monday, called it Victoria Day, but Memorial Day sounds so much cooler. I don't know.
Well, we do have Canadian drivers here in the field as well. So we will shout out all our drivers. Victoria Day / Memorial Day. Good times. Lots to be thankful for. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, Robert, you want to go through the grid?
Oh man, you on the point tonight, Chris. So yeah, let's roll through the grid. Big field of cars tonight. 30 in the field, rolling through, grabbing the pole tonight. That 14 machine of Domer. Of course, Hamilton Jr. on the outside pole. Griffiths grabs P3. Alongside of him is Dunford. Steve Hogan grabs P5. P6 is Jesse Adams. P7, Michael Steele. Outside of him is Bobby Mays. 9th is Lingerfeld. Good cue for him. The Lockdock Walker in P10. 11 is Elam Doyle in P12. 13th is Joshua Reese, our current points leader. Outside him is Tyler Markle. 15th is Mark Kalin. Anthony Hamilton in 16th. 17th is Kyle Mays. Todd Mays on the outside of him. 19th is Donnie Bartlett. 20th is Matt Moreau. 21st, Michael Hermes. Last week's All-Star race winner, Colton Manich in 22nd. 23rd, Dan Park. Sean Patrick in 24th. Josh Fox, not the cue he wants, in 25th. Lee Krause in 26th. 27th, Aiden Giordano. And 28th, Dean Qualley. 29th is Frank Hughes Jr. and Tom Quiring in 30th. That's going to round out our field, Chris.
That's a big field, as they say, 30 drivers. Happy to see a big field here at Charlotte tonight. I think this will be a good one. I do like Charlotte.
Yeah, it's known for a bunch of kind of like high speed, high pressure racing. Special tribute tonight. We're getting it lined up. These guys at Extreme Forces Racing League for the Full Throttle Beards Gen 6 series are going to be doing a special parade lap for one of our fallen comrades in the racing community. So over the weekend, we lost one of the largest, one very, I guess, iconic racer, Kyle Busch, suffering, bad medical fate. I don't wish that upon anyone. It's always reminding us, I guess, Chris, to cherish moments and cherish life. Take the time that we have very serious.
Oh, yes, for sure. I couldn't agree more. Nothing more important than family and friends, and it is good to do this and to participate in this sport, this e-sport here with our friends, and have so many family members tune in, friends tune in, and yeah, Robert, this nice little tribute here that the league wants to put on. Just a little reminder of how special the time is.
3 wide tribute. And, Kyle Busch was known for running various schemes, various cars, various numbers, and just a steadfast in the racing community. And Rowdy built a legacy on passion, intensity, and an unmatched will to win. So something that he's always going to be remembered for. He was a 2-time Cup champion with more than 60 Cup victories. And Busch left his mark pretty much every level of stock car racing you could imagine. So, tonight, EFRL salutes a racer who never backed down from a challenge, never settled for less than everything, and showed racing world what true determination looks like. So, hats off to the league here for taking a moment for a true racer.
So, Robert, you'll have to help me out just a little bit as we go through this race tonight. Kind of a newbie myself still to NASCAR racing, so maybe, you mentioned that some of these drivers are they're rocking the Busch paints, a lot of the previous paints that he's used and numbers and so forth. Maybe you could just help identify some of those for myself, for some of the viewers maybe that are also new to kind of following the NASCAR series.
Yeah, of course. So a lot of one of the most iconic ones is M&Ms. M&Ms are my favorite candy. I know that you love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Right, that is true.
There's a series of cars that are running little tribute logos. I don't know if our cameras are going to be able to pick them up, but we'll try to touch on some of these cars. Guys, complete 3 wide salute. Three wide parade lap complete. Shout out to our fallen comrade, Kyle Busch. Looking down from the sky. We lost Greg Biffle earlier this year, so, the racing community's been hit pretty hard this year, Chris.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
But it's time to get serious. It's, back to points action tonight. We had the All-Star race last week. So that All-Star race, we saw a newcomer in the field, Halton Manich, come and steal the show away with a late race strategy, bolting on tires with, I think it was 20 laps to go. I can't even remember. But, he was the lucky winner there, grabbed some cash. Aiden Giordano grabbed second place. The 62 of Mark Kalin grabbed third. But that's not really what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about a points championship, Chris. So, we've had a series of intense battles here for the points championship, and I think we're going to see a bunch of action tonight as we look at this current point standings.
Yeah, I agree. Last week was a little different. I should say. There was no points on the line, just some money, and we saw a little more cautions than I would have expected. So I think now that we're back to points, and that's what ultimately matters here to these guys trying to own a championship. We'll see here if these guys tighten their belts down a little bit more, and we see some more serious racing, perhaps.
Yeah, I think I agree with those comments. Is that we might have got a little further away from the traditional style heads up respectful racing that we saw earlier on. I think it was at Kansas where we only had a few cautions, but these Gen 6 cars, they're high powered. They have a lot of draft. So I expect some carnage from time to time, but these guys are a talented group, so I would imagine that they could keep it under wraps.
For sure. And just a reminder here, if you're a newbie here to the league watching this, but these guys race with no fast repairs, meaning if they take ultimate carnage here, if they get caught up in a wreck, they are forced to retire.
Yeah, we're just throwing up some stats here. This pace car's coming off, so Chris, you keep me honest. We got 4 additional sets tonight, but we do got a cold track, so I'm interested to see what it'll do as far as how these cars handle. Domer with Force Hamilton on the outside of him. They're going to get ready to fire off here. Looks like they're delaying the green one more time.
I was looking at your board there with tires and fast repairs and green, white checkers, and we normally don't even get into GWC green, white checker territory, and I believe we used all 3 last week. Am I correct on that, or was it just the 2 of them?
Oh, was it 2? Man, I'm having PTSD. I don't even know.
You need to rehydrate, buddy.
I mean, I got so much pre-workout in my veins.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to say. I was going to say, I don't anticipate we're going to use any of those, but you just never know. But yeah, last week was a little bit different than what we're used to seeing, but these guys are in it to win it. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think Charlotte always puts on a good show, and we're looking at the best here. This is an excellent league of racers. And with the no fast repairs, these guys know that it's this is serious.
Here's the calm before the storm. We're getting ready to take the green in the cockpit of the 3 machine on the outside of 14 of Domer. Hamilton gets a great start here down the front stretch. Looks like he's going to grab that lead into turn 1. 94 Dunford was having a good run last week, and I think he got caught in some trouble with an off-race strategy.
Now, Robert, I wanted to ask you here. We're doing 200 laps. How critical was the qualifying?
Well, this is such a long race, Chris, that, yes, qualifying's important, clean air is important, but somebody who's strategic, manages their tires, can definitely march up. So, I would give it a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Qualifying's important. I would give it about a 7 out of 10. Oh, contact!
Oh, early caution.
Got damage everywhere.
Let me cue it up.
Way to go, a-hole!
Man, I don't even know. That just seemed like unnecessary for caution number 1 here at EFRL for the full throttle Beards Gen 6 series.
Well,
Chris.
Robert, let's get to it. Let's figure out what the heck happened.
What happened?
Wait,
Hey, what happened?
there we go. And let's see what happened.
Pretty sure mine was better.
Yeah.
So just on board here with the 55 of Jesse Adams. And we're seeing the 5 slide up the track. And by that time, it's just too late.
Let's see if either of these drivers got ultimate damage. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, they're here they come. They got nowhere to go.
Oof. Oh, number 5 is...
hard hit
boy.
for Elam. Heavy nose damage. Back here a little bit more. See if the rest get through. 29 high. That's the 29 to Donnie Bartlett. 38 of Matt Moreau. These guys are good here. You see them holding their brakes, keeping their track position. So it looked like there was only a little bit of carnage. But let's go. We'll back it up because we got a little bit of time. These are going to be longer caution laps here. Find our good old rewind button. And we're just going to run it at full speed. And you can see the 5 of Michael Steele's got a little bit of a run. And he's trying to hug tight. Maybe he just doesn't realize that he's sliding up the track a bit. But I mean, with no fast repairs, Chris, that's a hard lick.
Sure is this early in the race.
I'm gonna go back to our good old live-ish action. Elam suffering a lot of damage there in that 8-ish.
And Elam had a great race last week. He was our hard charger.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, not looking too sexy for a points night, though.
And there's last week's podium finisher. I believe he was in 3rd place? 2nd place, I believe.
There you go,
Aiden
buddy.
Giordano.
Little tribute
Memories
car for him. Got some special names on the windows, I believe.
Yeah, he does. I got a message on that. He does. He has 2 names on his car. He has Anthony Giordano on one side, on the passenger side, and Warren Randall on the driver's side. Both are grandparents of his that served. One of his grandparents was in the Vietnam War, and the other was in the Korean War. So yes, special tribute on his car tonight.
Hopefully he's able to march up through the field. He started 27th. He's up to 20th now. And a long way to go with 195 laps.
And I know his father's on as well, watching. I think his father catches every race, or most of them. So he did check in with us. He's watching his son. So yes, best of luck to all these drivers. Aiden, you got your dad on. Probably some family. Good luck to you, buddy.
My dad's never even been to one of my hockey games. Okay, maybe once. But it was like adult beer league, so I guess it's a little bit different. Like, I don't know.
He was watching your brother, I thought.
Probably, who knows? Getting ready to go green here. Restarting the race. 14 car is going to be our control car. Oh, wait. The 3 of Hamilton's a control car. He's electing to take the outside there. That's the 45 of Griffiths. Rocking Snickers. I guess he had bad luck in the Crescent Donuts paint. He's hungry for a win in the Snickers.
He's not hangry, I can tell you that. Not now. But speaking of Crescent Donuts is our evening sponsor, correct?
Bloomington, Indiana. Hit him up.
If I make it back, I'm going to. It's a good chance I will sometime this year.
Ooh. Little touch of the white line there. The 45 gets a little loose as Walker goes along the outside, looking to chase down the 3 machine of Hamilton. Walker's up 8 spots. He's not our hard charger, though. Our hard charger is actually the 46 of Tom Firing. Up 12 spots right now. It seems that carnage definitely opened up some doors for him.
And there's some M&Ms on the 77, correct?
Yep.
You're a fan of the peanut.
Hey. I don't know. This is a PG-13 channel, Chris. Can't say that.
Right.
Oh, over here, we're going to check on the 29 machine of Donnie Bartlett. He's up 10 spots. Chasing down the 47 of Doyle. He's got the 30 of Hogan underneath him. And if you are watching the broadcast, click that gearbox in the bottom right-hand side. Outlier TV bringing you 4K streaming and the highest and best quality graphics that iRacing can offer your eyes. So make sure you turn that up and throw a like and subscribe on the channel and the broadcast.
Since you threw that out there, Robert, I'm going to just jump in the chat here and just check in with folks. We got Karen G in the chat saying hi. You're a sunflower saying hi to Mike. We got Kyle Dye. He wants to go racing. He's rooting on Kyle. Oh, rest in peace, Kyle Bush. April Lusk. Let's go, Mike. We got a happy Memorial Day. We do have Hayden Giordano's father in the chat. Shouting out his son. Let's see what we got here real quick. April Lusk. Tell me his mom is watching. Thank you guys for all the check-ins. We'll continue to do that.
That's awesome. You know who I'm impressed with right now? We keep seeing this driver have horrible qualifying. I don't know if it was by design or intention, but this 65 machine of Lingerfeld has been an absolute rocket every time we've been live at Outlier TV. And now he's up here running 4th, right? So,
yeah, for sure, Robert. I was thinking about that too. Where did he qualify?
If only we had one of these overlays.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I thought the same thing when you were going through the grid. Lingerfeld has done a great job of being very consistent and exciting to watch.
And one thing you're going to notice here, Chris, is you see the 47 of Lane Doyle up on the outside. You can see that Lane is what I like to call it as, it's a very technical racing term. He's sending it in to see Jesus. And you can see that the 65 of Lingerfeld is kind of backing up his entry. Lane's charging ahead. So I'm expecting that Lingerfeld here is going to have a stronger later run. We know that the fuel window, because, you know, we're all discombobulated. The fuel window here is about 60 to 65 laps. So the stage is going to come out at 50. So these guys got, was that 36 more laps before the stage break. So they are running for stage points, right? So
I'm learning a lot here. So we have discombobulated, and did you say sending it to see Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Technical term.
Thank you for that. Thank you for those things. I needed to learn that.
Yeah, we all need to learn. We're here together, Chris, and that's what's important.
You've upped my game. Thank you.
And, you know, once we get a little bit further along, we're going to start looking at some of these battles. So maybe we'll take a look at the battle here, just kind of from a time perspective. So we see Lingerfeld's 3 seconds back from the leader right now. Now he's starting to pull in Doyle again, but let's go ahead and show pace compared to the 3 machine of Hamilton. You can see Lingerfeld's running about 0.3 slower the last few laps, but only 1/10 slower the previous. So pushing hard, it's not the strategy here.
Yeah, I was going to say he might not be pushing, right? He could be conserving a little bit.
I mean, for 3 seconds back, he's definitely conserving. Donnie Bartlett, he's having a good run up in 5th right now as Lingerfeld just completed that pass.
So, Robert, I wanted to check in with you here. Do we have any drivers out? It looks like Hughes is gone.
I don't know if Hughes started the race. He was on. He did not qualify, but he's in the session. But I don't show him as registering laps.
So we have everyone. There's no retirements at the moment, correct?
Nope. Nope. Okay. We're golden.
And no one is even a lap down, I think, correct? Who did I see? Who was the last driver?
Nobody is a lap down. Last place right now. He was in the carnage.
Steel?
Yeah, it's the 5 machine is Steel. Known for his great paints, but not shown for his great luck.
Well, there's a lot of laps here. We're a 10th. See, I can do simple math. We're a 10th complete.
Wow,
and,
Chris.
Hey, everyone can bunch right back up, and the script gets rewritten.
Ain't that the truth? Let's see what we can do around here. We're gonna go and look at a bamboozle of cars. Taking a look at one of our championship contenders, the 15 of Josh Fox, running a little bit further back right now. This may not be his cup of tea, but I mean, it's early. Oh, contact. That's the 51 of Hermes in front of him, touching the 42 of Markle. I mean, there's tight battles everywhere.
Hermes getting more shout-outs from his mom.
Mom's never even been to one of my hockey games. Wait, that's not true.
Well, she was at one at least, but she was there to watch your brother, I believe.
Oh man, we all live in shadows. You know what I'm saying? No. Checking on the 7 machine, he's got a hard charge going on. Dan Park started 23rd up to 9th. Dancing around the 46 of Tom Quiring. I believe that is Todd Mays in front of him. 99 of Lee Krause in behind with the 30 machine of Steve Hogan.
Dan Park has delivered a lot of excitement in these last few races.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a threat every race. He's taken off strategies which have played out and haven't played out, but definitely has raw speed, and I think that's one of the things that is always a threat. He's got raw speed. Oh, Chris, you're thinking about it. You're like, hey, what are we doing? Why don't we check in on the lead battle here? We've got 3 cars. Yeah, I know. We've got 3 cars here bunched up. The 3 of Hamilton, 2 of Walker, and the 14 of Domer. And
Walker, the lock doc, checking in with the doc. Just with the doctor order. Trying to think of all of them that I can.
I mean, you're working on it. If it's not on the soundboard, Chris, sometimes it's a miss for you,
Right. He's delivering just what the doctor ordered. Yeah, there's another one.
And the 3-way battle here, these guys are just kind of chilling, I would say. We're going to go back and check on the 47 of Lane Doyle. Good run for him so far. And shout out to Crescent Donuts, tonight's sponsor, our series sponsor, Full Throttle Beards for the Gen 6 series. Chris, one thing you might notice in comparison, a little brush to the wall there for the 47, in comparison to running the All-Star race at Dover, is you're not seeing these cars shoot fireworks every corner.
Yes, correct. Now that you say that, I am noticing.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, I know. that was a big gripe for you. You were not happy about that. You said it a few times.
Well, just think about as that car is sparking, essentially what that means to me and to the viewers and yourself is that car is dragging. So as that car drags, it's going to be harder to handle. So that might have been a reason, ooh, a little touchy of the door, a reason why we saw a heightened amount of cautions is because the handling characteristics of that car weren't at, its optimum.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I learned in my amateur racing was a balanced car is a successful car, a winning car. And yeah, with the heavy, a lot of fuel, if it's dragging sparks, it's not in a good balance. And yeah, I think you nailed it, Robert. That's probably why we did see a lot more cautions maybe than necessary, is because those guys had an additional thing to deal with.
We're going to hop in the cockpit of the 77 machine as he gets a little tight to the 7 of Dan Park's door. Last week's winner, Colton Manage, looking to charge forward and keep his name a threat in EFRL. Well, let's work on that.
Yeah, I'll get it on the soundboard.
Big runs on the outside too. Looking underneath.
It's good to see Colton Manage, because we talked to him last week and he wasn't sure what frequency he'd be in the league, and he's here the week following.
Yellow. Looks like we got Michael Steele showing his crash. And just for anyone watching, the chart on the bottom left is the trajectory of where that driver is running. So as the race progresses, you're going to see that graph go up and down, and it's going to give you an understanding of overall performance. So you can see Colton has, marched right up to the front. But Chris, you know what time it is?
I'd like to know what just happened, honestly.
Hey, what happened?
Oh man, let's check in on what just happened.
We need to figure this out, Robert.
So looks like we're
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here. But that's why I guess that's why we're here.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm not.
That's another graphic we have.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, overall, when I see this, unfortunately, I'm just gonna call it. It's gonna be unpopular. But this, to me, is just the driver being frustrated. I just set the wasted run here.
Oh man!
You do see that the 5 does have wheel damage, but what you're seeing here on the straightaway, just frustration. I mean, there's no reason for this, right? So,
well, Michael, we're disappointed you didn't have a better race. You are awesome with the paints, buddy, and just best of luck to you next week. So yeah, that changes the script.
Yeah, I mean, lap 32, the stage breaks at 50, so 18 laps until we're handing out stage points. So under the yellow flag here for the second caution of the night, race 13, Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got a great battle up front, so I'm definitely happy with that. But, that could have stayed green, and we wouldn't have had an incident there stopping the great racing that we were having. But good job for a couple of these drivers. We got the 8 machine of Elam coming down the pits to grab some repairs. He was involved earlier on. The 26 of Patrick are representative for Full Throttle Beards doing the same thing. So these guys are going to definitely use that to their advantage to be able to bolster themselves up in speed.
I mean, and that's a nice thing, because Elam was an innocent bystander, I believe, in that first caution and just got wrecked around.
Yeah,
So
I think
he can use this time to, repair and mount an attack. Like I said, he had a really nice race last week, and a lot of these drivers sometimes get wrecked out and don't get to show their talent. So
yeah,
we'll see what he
absolutely.
can do. So I'll give another shout out here real quick. Let's see here. This is from All the Dirt. Let's go MOR drivers. That's team what, MOR?
Do you know who
Correct,
All the
Robert?
Dirt is? He should be in here.
I don't. I don't.
You got one
but
guess.
We're shouting at
Just take a guess.
Donnie, Tom, and Matt. Something and James Budd. So yeah, no, I am not quick on the take, as they say it sometimes. I don't know who it is.
Who is the guy in the booth with us?
It's Mick. That was gonna be my next guess, Mick.
Come on.
He said he was doing some real racing or announcing some real racing.
There's nothing more real than the racing here tonight for the 200 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway for EFRL. Come on, Chris.
Mick, we are
Do it live!
we're doing it live here, buddy.
Yeah, we'll have to. We seen Donnie already in that 29 machine, having a great run. He's currently sitting, I think, in 11th. Not doing too bad. It's up a little bit further, but these guys definitely starting to show how the tires are shaking down.
Robert, are we able to go to the nose cam or like on the restarts how we did in the past, or no? I don't remember what cams we have available.
You got that one. I think you want this one.
Yeah, that's always kind of a fun one on the restarts.
Gearbox.
My favorite one. I forgot.
So we're looking at really the bumper of Hamilton with a gaggle of cars in behind him. Walker making a charge on the inside. He's got the lead down the front stretch through the dog leg.
Looks like Lingerfeld too is trying to get in that mix there.
I mean, what's great about Charlotte is it's such a wide racing surface that there's room to do the dance, you know? You gotta do the dance.
Hey, if I'm going to show up, I'm going to do some dancing.
You're a Garth Brooks fan, right? Like,
I mean, not particularly, but I mean, his music's good, but he's not in my Spotify list, I guess, is a better way to put it.
I'm writing a job posting now.
No, definitely no hate. And I don't know if I know a specific one.
Dance.
The dance. Okay, I will tune into that tomorrow.
I expect you singing it.
We have
you better be singing it next time we broadcast. That's all I know.
Okay, I'll work on that. We have the 47 at Doyle, Lane Doyle. He has an alternate paint scheme. Normally, he has the state of Texas flag on his hood. So a quick shout out there to Doyle in the third place out of Texas.
Yeah, that's a Bush tribute paint there. You're running the rowdy paint. But these guys are running super fast. You see as the camera pans out. There's about 20, almost, I don't even know. I'm going to squint one eye. 24 cars are within 2 seconds of each other. But, you know, what I've noticed here is that that 3 machine of Hamilton running the middle of the track has been able to maintain momentum and stop the 2 machine of Walker from completing a pass. Doyle now looking on the bumper of Hamilton to try to get a run, and Colton managed in that 77 machine in behind Doyle. And that's called bump drafting down the backstretch. Doyle wants to go.
Yeah, these guys are putting on a good show here. Hey, I have a question for you. So, Rowdy, is there any particular reason that he got that nickname, Kyle Busch, or is it just kind of like more like just the style of his racing? Is there anything particular? Because I don't know. I'm just wondering, if you could help me out, maybe any of the fans that are watching if they're not sure. How did he get the nickname?
That's a good question. Really, it's just because of his aggressive driving style, his fiery personality, and really his uncanniness. I wouldn't even call it uncanny, but just his determination to win races. So he's had a lot of kind of open-minded interviews where he's expressed his opinion, where it's like he didn't hold back. So he was always kind of like sharing raw emotion, raw feeling, which a lot of these NASCAR drivers, they're playing the political game. Bush wasn't known for being political all the time. So
Okay.
it's kind of his brand, his identity in the motorsports, and a lot of fans have always identified that because we all kind of want to be against the grain or the tough guy sometimes, and he definitely kind of had that persona.
I kind of figured that was the case. I just didn't know if there was something particular. But yeah, got a check in here from Vinny Giordano, and he said pretty much the same thing, just his attitude.
And Rowdy Burns actually comes from Days of Thunder, so I don't know if you've watched that movie recently, Chris, but that was one thing that I used to watch. Contact with the Wall with Lock Dock there. And Lingerfeld jumps out, but Days of Thunder is a movie that I had watched countless times. Maybe you can be my Nicole Kidman and I can be Tom Cruise. What do you think?
I would be, it's a compliment that you would even suggest that.
That's crazy. Good battle up front. We only got a few more laps before the stage break. Looking a little bit further back in the field, in around the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th position. See Domer on the bottom in 6th, Park in 7th, in the 7 machine, Hogan in the 30, Griffiths 9th, and Todd Mays in 10th. There's some good racing tonight. It's early on, but definitely some high caliber racing from these drivers at EFRL.
For sure. And who we haven't really seen a lot of, hardly at all, is Reese.
Oh,
so
ask and ye shall receive. He's marching up, meow. But he started at the back. Well, he started 13th, but he got shuffled back. We checked in earlier on, I want to say around lap 5 or 10, and this is what Reese does. We're closing out the stage, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get up far enough to grab stage points. And Lane Doyle grabs the lead. Forrest Hamilton grabs it back. Heat ball flag
for Steele.
I don't know if he's still on. No, he's off the track. It was just catching up because I didn't have the alerts on. But currently, just in our top 5 in points, you got Reese. He's running 12th. Doyle running 2nd. Walker in 3rd. As those two are battling for the lead. Fox running 20th, and the 62 of Kalen in 14th.
And these guys are going to lap 51, correct, for the stage break?
I believe they have to complete lap 50. So yeah, lap 51. But we did have the parade lap at the start, so I'm not sure if that's going to impact it. I don't think it will, but we're just going to have to sit on the end of our seats, Chris. That's all we can do here. We watch this battle for the lead.
I think Doyle's going to make a nice little charge here right before the last lap.
Well, there's no more real estate above the 3 machine, so that high line, you see a lot of the drivers in behind have transitioned to the higher side because that's where the momentum is. I don't think Doyle's going to have enough real estate to get a charge. Good battle a little bit further back. Park gets around the 14 of Domer. Here comes Griffith in the 45. Hogan splits him on the bottom side. That's a 94 Dunford in behind. And back to our lead up front. Single file for the first 4. Colton Manage now in the hunt for that lead. Might be lap 55, Chris. And this is what we bring here at Mediocre Broadcasting.
We don't really know what's going on.
I mean, who does?
We'll tell you after it's happened.
Yeah, it is lap 55, so coming to lap 56, we'll see that stage break.
I think we might see a little excitement out of these top 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, top 4 even. Little door contact from Griffiths and Park. They banged doors on the exit of 2. Look at Hogan and that 30 machine marching up front. And look at that 1 machine now in the camera shot.
Yeah, Reese came out of nowhere.
He's just chilling, you know? He's making me hold my non-alcoholic beer extra tight in these closing laps before the stage break. I don't know if moving to the high side was the move. Domer's protecting the high side with Hogan underneath. Domer looks like he might have missed the setup a little bit. Getting the struggle bus. Look at the 45 of Griffiths battling on the outside of the 7 of Dan Park. We're going 3 wide here. Whoa, getting tight. Not a lot of real estate left. 2 laps to go before that stage. And it looks like
As for the lead,
Doyle got the lead. I'm not sure if there was contact. We might have missed some contact there, but that's a big margin for the 47.
maybe we'll replay that when they go to stage break. Ooh.
Trying to...
Oh, no.
He's off the racing surface. There won't be a caution. There won't be a caution for that. Back up front here. Just trying to... I saw the alert, but, you know.
Hey, we'll talk about it after it happens.
Good battle everywhere. These guys are coming up to that stage, so we'll have to remember the 94 Dunford. Kind of see what happened as we hit that stage. There's that stage break. Yellow is out on the track. And that was a quick 55.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good one.
Here's our stage finishers, our top 10 in that stage. So Reese moves up to 7, but Doyle comes out of hard Battleville. Grabs the stage win. Walker 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Manich 4th, Park 5th, Domer 6th, Reese 7th, Griffiths. Good run for him in that 45 machine. And
I think all of those drivers in the top 10 there have delivered really good racing in the last couple laps.
Yeah,
last couple races, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. All right, let's see if we can see what happened.
Yeah, let's do that. We got to figure out what happened.
Gonna click it. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, mine.
We need to back that up a little bit more.
Fine.
I mean, I want to see the pass for the lead is what I'm kind of looking forward to.
Okay, we can grab that, but here's the exit of turn 4. You can see Hogan slides up the 30 machine on the 1 of Reese and shoots down. So both drivers through the grass and rejoin. Happy not to see a caution there. Let's see if we can grab another lead change here. Right here. Take a look at another one of these. Okay, so this is now where Doyle's in second, so we're just gonna click play. Big run out of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Just got underneath them.
Yeah, just fresher rubbies, you know? So, I mean, he obviously was pocketing a little bit of tire, so we're gonna go back to live action. These guys are all shuffling down the pits here. And our current leader, it looks like the 3 of Hamilton is the winner off a pit lane. Now we're going to lock in. We got basically a fresh race, Chris, so it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping we see the same caliber of racing that we just saw for the first 55 laps.
Yeah, I hope so too. We only have the one driver out, correct? And that was the driver that didn't start. Everyone else is on track and bunched up here for a restart and fresh rubber, fresh full tanks of fuel, I should say. So yeah, no, it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm excited I'm excited to see if we get a green flag stop tonight. I think that's really going to show you know, some of the skill level in the field for this Crescent Donuts 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Speaking of donuts, would you like to join me afterwards again?
But of course.
My treat.
Okay. You gonna fly me in like on your private jet? Like, what's up?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to our viewers tonight. We got about 17 people watching the show. So if you want an update on one of your drivers, go ahead and just put it in the chat. We got a lot of, I don't have the team points, but we do have a lot of team racing here. So you can see the Twisted Chassis Motor Sports, JJR, you got JFM, JBR, you got more. So my Mick Olfson Racing, Steel Racing, Strange Brew, and Spare Parts. I kind of feel like a spare part sometimes, Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, if I was on a team, I think it'd be called Anchor Racing.
Yeah, boat anks.
Right.
Bottom of the barrel. Oh, man.
Yeah, probably.
Our Crescent Donuts restart zone for after the stage. They're under green. The 3 machine of Hamilton gets a great start. Gap will be in the field. Go ahead and...
Oh, we forgot to do the black flag for Steel again. Bummer. We forgot to do our gearbox on the restart.
I'm working on it.
Well,
We won't have any more restarts after this. Colton managed on the outside for the lead. Who this guy?
This guy wins, is who this guy is.
And
We've only seen him win.
We were looking at our stage break finishers, looking at our top 10 meow. Reese is up in the 3rd spot. So he was 7th before the stage. Got the 5 machine of Steel at the bottom.
And let's jump to Reese really quick. Where did he start? He started way back. I was really surprised.
He started in 13th.
Oh, 13th. Okay. I thought he was a little further back, but Yeah, no, if anyone can do it, it's definitely Reese.
It's your boy.
I do love Reese's peanut butter cups.
You have like a full cupboard full of them, or like a secret drawer? Like, what's up?
I don't, but if I'm at the grocery store, I will treat myself sometimes.
I mean, that's fair. We baked cookies on Sunday. We made reverse chocolate chip and kind of like a chewy peanut butter cookie. So we switched up the brown sugar to golden yellow, so it makes it a little bit more crisp. I'm gonna have diabetes by the end of the week.
You can send some my way. I would love them.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I suppose I could. Chris, one thing we're gonna slice up right now. We're gonna look at our best lap time so we can start to understand some of the tire degradation over the run. So in the tower there, we can see that drivers have run anywhere from a 29.5 to 29.7s would be our fast lap. So we're gonna be watching these guys as they kind of pace on in this green flag run.
Green flag front.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy.
Not every day is a good day. It's a great day, Chris.
I'm having a great time.
Get some of the battles on the track. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Battle for 16th, Fox and Kraus. A little bit further back. Like we've seen Fox up front majority of the time, but I don't know if it's Charlotte, if it's a setup, or if we're gonna see him have a late race charge, but definitely not what we normally see from that 15 machine. Tight battles everywhere. Let's go ahead and take a look at the battle for 8th. Keeps bouncing up. Even
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was just looking at that. Lingerfeld slid back a little bit to 9th. Maybe he's just getting a little comfortable, perhaps. Where's very early stages of this race.
Yeah, but we also have the 62 of Kalen up in 2nd spot now. I don't even know how he got up there, to be honest. Like, all of a sudden, he was there. He wasn't in the stage. Well, he was in 10th in the stage points, but, getting through 8 spots, the second is a tall order with these drivers.
We need to follow a broadcast to broadcast.
Oh, dang.
Because there's so much happening. We don't even know what's going on.
I don't even know.
But yeah, no, good for Kalen.
We got Domer making a hard charge again in that 14 machine, and the 77 a manage. I don't know if he's just engaged the boosters or if we're going to see him fall off later in the run. So we know that the stage was at lap 55 coming to 56. We know that they approximately went green around lap 60, we'll say. We'll just round up. So we know that that pit window is going to be around lap 120 if we stay green. But depending on how much these tires fall off, it'd be interesting to see if we start to see some of that pit strategy game.
Yes.
Kalen looking to make a charge. We saw him at the Glen drive the doors or the bumper off the 36 Truett, who's not in the field tonight. And, clean air is kind of king. So that 77 has clean air on the nose. The 62 of Kalen's getting dirty air from the bumper of the 77. It's going to make that car feel a little bit tighter. But there's lots of racing left. Good battle for the lead. I think Reese is just chilling in 5th.
Yeah, he is. He's going to probably just watch those guys battle for a bit and let them do all the dirty work and then maybe just try and breeze right past.
Oh, we've seen it. Take a look at some of that straightaway speed. 185-ish. For Kalen, let's see the front stretch here. 182.
Shoot, I've driven that fast on my way to work.
I know, you're always late.
That's the truth.
About 182, and then they're lifting, so seeing a little bit more of a conservative entry. The corners, more about tire management this part of the run. Go ahead and take a look at the 45 of Griffiths. Gonna hop in the cockpit here, battling underneath the 46, acquiring. And that outside lane is so powerful. Looks like he's being...
tires taken... Sorry, Robert. You could hear the tires taking a little bit of abuse as well on that inside line.
Yeah, you're hearing the squeal. So just kind of like note where that red mark is going in the corners, and that's really how much wheel input it is. We're seeing it go into that graft on that left-hand side on both ends. Now we're gonna go to our leader manage and do a little comparison, and this is going to give us a sense of tire management. On board the 77. It's like he's like that wider entry might be helpful because he's able to kind of cut down gently to the apex. I don't know.
It looks like he's not turning down as much.
Do you hear less squealing too? I don't know. I feel like there's a touch less squeal.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I guess it depends. You hear a little bit there for sure, but I'm just wondering too, is his line different because, you know, he's in the lead? Perhaps we'd have to take a jump back to see by how much of a lead he has, but it's different when you're attacking versus defending, I would imagine, so your line is different.
Yeah, I mean, he's got kind of open sea for the racetrack to kind of do what he wants to manage his equipment. So I think that's kind of like what we're seeing here, but very impressive run. Starting 22nd. He's now currently our leader with 122 laps to go.
And do we have a hard charger at the moment?
Our current hard charger is not our leader, who's up 21 spots, but further back in the field is the 46 car of Tom Quiring. He's up 22 spots over the 21 of Manage. So, very impressive run for that 46 machine. I guess we could have used one of these biggest gainer buttons, you know? With
I knew you'd get to it eventually.
You know, sometimes the wind doesn't hit the sails as fast as it should. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh!
Oof.
I don't know who got him there. That might have... I don't want to say who I thought it was. Oh.
That's wild.
Trying to reset the cameras. Kyle Mays. That might have been who it was, but... Oh, man. I was hoping we were...
Wow, dude!
Let's go back.
Surprising enough, that 51 that did a couple of 360s looks decent.
I'm showing 2 incidents here. We're on board with... button. The 45. Oh, that's what happened. I was like, how'd the 45 get involved? That's how.
I think that 51 caused that.
Let's go ahead and see what happened. 51 underneath the 46 of Tom Quiring. The Lockdock, good run on the outside here.
Oh, 51 just came up.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, that 51 did some dancing, and I think it's actually in decent shape.
Yeah, I mean, 22 of, I believe, was that Kyle Mays? Hit him very hard, so see if we can figure out where that 22 car is. We're going to back this up one more time, because you know what we have? Time. So, you know, the yellow's coming out here. There you can see the accident, and then medic. Wait. That hurt.
Yeah, that's a bummer. He almost got right by it, but
yeah, I mean, he ran out of time to really make a move. That 51 machine of Hermes was spinning and just kind of like self-cleared on the 2 car. Well, that's our replay. The 22 in the pits now, 51 in the pits.
Second wasted moment of the night.
Oh, man. 4th caution. Well, 3rd caution. 1 was for the stage break. 3 race cautions.
So let's see here. We have drivers in the pits, obviously. Hopefully no one is a retirement. I hope that everyone can still race on.
No, I don't know about that 22 cars back out there. 45 of Griffith's back out there. The 51 still showing in the pits.
Steel is down a lot. So heavy damage.
Look at this sauciness right here. The top 6 stay out. Everyone behind the top 6 pits.
I like when we have off strategies, as you know. And yeah, that's interesting. 25 lap old tires is pretty substantial. So we'll see how that works out.
It's going to be crazy up front. Absolutely crazy.
And they have plenty of tires this race, just to remind the viewers, the fans, 4 additional sets, correct, Robert?
Yeah, that's what we're told. But, you know, what do I know?
You can't change the rules just because you don't like how I'm doing it.
Getting ready to go green, Chris. Lap 83 to starting lap 84.
I need to hydrate after that one. Oh, let's go to the gearbox.
Go to the gearbox, he says.
This is always fun.
Halen gets away from the 3 of Hamilton with the 2 of Walker in behind. Hear them shifting into 5th. That's crazy. Big run from the 3 of Hamilton, but he can't. Giordano showing off track.
Off track. Mays off track. Those guys must have tangled. Done the tango, as they say.
Ain't that the truth? Cha-cha-cha.
I think that's what they say. The cha-cha or the tango.
And here comes fresh tires. The bottom side rolling hot. It's the 97 of Hamilton in the 18 of Kyle Busch, his throwback.
Let's see here. Mays and Giordano are still next to each other. Looks like they just maybe had a little off track, but they sustained no damage.
Oh, you got a spinner.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
I was right.
No!
That was a long one.
Yeah, well, shoot. It's getting ugly now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but we've got the 29 of Donnie Bartlett. In front of him is the 12 of Bobby Mays. On the bottom side's Dunford. Looks like Hogan just gets in the bumper of the 29 of Bartlett. Dean Qualley in the back of the 30 of Hogan.
You know, it's hard to tell, but I was looking at that, and it looked like the 29 was loose for a couple seconds leading into that. I don't know if we want to back it up one more time, but I want you to keep an eye on 20. Is it 29 that I was just talking about?
Yep.
Go back and watch that again.
Go back, he says.
There's a term you use. I forget what it is, but let's watch it here.
I mean, he might have burped the throttle a little bit. Cause like here,
yeah, I don't think he caused it. When we were in slow-mo, it looked like he was just pointing a little to the left.
I think he thought the 12 was going to come up. If we see that from the cockpit perspective, we'll look at it one more time, Chris. I agree with what you're saying. He did appear loose, but I think it looks more like a checkup. So here, listen to Throttle.
Yeah, I heard it.
And then, yeah, just a tough break there. The 30 of Hogan wasn't anticipating the checkup, and that's going to cause some carnage.
I don't think 29 has excessive damage. I could be wrong on that, but
I think you're a little
29,
wrong.
I could be.
For that nose.
We'll see. We'll see what that actually is.
I mean, just the right front is really bad, but go back to the
That's
action.
your outlier instant replay.
Hell yeah. What just happened?
Hey, what happened?
Well, fourth caution in under 50% of the race. /
Crazy.
1/2. Come on, guys. We still need to get to that green flag pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we're going to see those guys. I don't know if they're going to come in now. We had the top 6 before, like Walker, Hamilton, Reese, all didn't fit. I don't think they came in. Look at, there's still 31 laps on their tires.
They're committed.
They are committed. But I don't know.
Let's talk about our sponsors. Let's talk about Crescent City Donuts. Delicious. We talk about them often. They sponsor a lot of races. I've been to their Facebook page. The donuts look delicious.
Delish.
And then Full Throttle Beards, correct?
Full Throttle Beards. Sean Schneider, hit him up on Facebook. Oh,
My
sweet.
beard, I trimmed it last week. I have not trimmed it since, so I could use some product. I could use a little beard oil, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I
just got out of the shower before this
understatement.
broadcast. Used a little bit of my Ipswich Bay soap company soap, so I need some beard oil now. Full Throttle beard oil to complement that for this broadcast.
Hell yeah. Can we say hell yeah? Too late.
Let's do it. Put me on the. Let's go for the gearbox. There we go, guys. On a gearbox here for this restart, and they're green. Green flag racing. Colton Manich gets a great start pulling away. We've seen some good hard racing from Lingerfeld in second place. Made his way through the field. Continues to make his way through the field. And a lot of these races we've had. And look at the battle behind. Hamilton on the outside, battling for that third place, trying to hang on to it. Manich and Lingerfeld have a little gap there from the rest of the field. And the 99 dipping low, trying to get underneath the 2 of the lock dock. And Kalen trying to get underneath Reese. Reese currently in the 5th position right now. And Reese started 13th. Oh no, got loose. Oh boy, that's got to bring out a caution, guys. 6th caution of the evening. It looked like we don't have any extreme carnage. But as you can see by the flag there in the corner, Josh Fox getting a meatball. Bobby Mays getting a meatball flag. They'll be taking a stop to the pits for some optional damage. It looks like Mays there dragging that right front. We'll try and get you a clip of that in a second. And a replay because we need to figure out...
Hey, what happened?
We need to figure out what just happened there. Mays there. Coming into the pits. Hopefully he can get some quick repairs and pop on back out.
Hey, what happened?
We need to figure this out, guys. We're going to give you the replay that you so deserve so we can figure out what just happened.
What just happened? Oh.
That's the old loosey-goosey, as they say in NASCAR.
That the 6. Let's go. Grab the 6.
Yeah, it is. Kalen getting loose
Getting
and
a bump.
Getting a bump. No one got extreme carnage. Okay, well, maybe I have to take that back.
Yeah.
That was Mays getting a little launch. That's how Mays got that damage. I think that was Mays going into Caitlin? No.
Oh.
Oof. Oh yeah, Mays got some heavy damage there.
Let's hop in the cockpit of the 99.
I do love that.
I don't even
Hold
want to.
up.
I don't
Wait
even
a
wanna,
minute.
I don't even want to
Something ain't
spoil
right.
it.
I'd like to go in the cockpit at the 12 too.
Engine's
Oh, boy.
dead. Yeah, the wheel went locked. Dead.
Yeah.
Super dead.
Can we jump into the 12? I mean, while we're jumping into things
Wrong button.
before the wreck.
Yeah. Avi. Oh, this is crazy. They're all checking up. But here. And the 15 of Fox goes for a ride.
That's it. That's the big one.
Yeah, that is a very big one. You know, it just seemed that the 46 got in the back of the Kalen just through the dog leg. So kind of a hard checkup. We saw now 2 incidents, back-to-back incidents of just people getting into each other in the dog leg. That car don't turn anymore, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, Robert, now what?
Yeah, I don't even know. What does strategy have to do with it? Oh,
What
Kalen
strategy
and
got to do
Park
with it?
banging under caution there. I don't know what all that's about.
I know.
You do?
Wait, let me find the right one. I don't really have it. Oh,
Way to go, a-hole!
That was very
Yeah.
friendly.
shoot. trying to clean it up. I'll have to take that one down. Yeah, so shoot, we're on our 5th caution. That's no bueno, as we say here.
No bueno. But good run for the 77 machine. He's going to be our control car for our full Throttle Beards restart zone. 200 laps, Crescent Donuts tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Outlier TV Network.
And I'm thinking we go to a little gearbox again for this restart.
And you love it.
I do. I think this is so fun on the restarts.
Hamilton was ready as he's making the pass for the lead on the
Who's gonna
77.
complete it? Dunzo.
Looks like managed telegraphed that start to him.
Lingerfeld just doing a really nice job this race.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, passing for the lead now, swapping it back and forth. This isn't the lap that counts, right? The last lap counts. So these guys got to make it to the end.
And shout out to Giordano. He's
In the hunt.
4th at the moment. Yeah, he's in the hunt. Where did he start? I know it was towards the back. Let's, pull up that
22nd.
magical
-ish.
graphic.
27.
27th. Ooh, very nice.
You know, and now that you're mentioning that, Chris, we could have just been like, oh, you know, who's the biggest gainer?
La di da di. I could have said that too.
Huh?
Nice job.
Yeah, good run for Aiden as he's marched forward here in the battle. We've got quite a few cars retired now. We've got looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars retired. So definitely starting to show wear and tear on the field.
Winner by attrition.
Sounds like my diet.
Huh. Yeah, I need to get on your diet.
Oh, look at that. Sean Patrick up in the mix. We're starting to see a couple tire strategies too. So a little mix of drivers that we haven't seen before. So let's take a look at our pit stop stats. Galen had to go in for repairs. Dan Park, 6 laps. Patrick, 6 laps. Hamilton in the 3 machine. He hasn't pitted in 43 laps along with Reese and Walker. So they're hanging on. I don't even know what they're hanging on for.
They're just hanging on for hanging on's sake.
14 of Domer on the bumper of the 77 of Manich with Lingerfeld in behind. 3/10 separate the top 3, and only 3 more tenths behind is a 21 machine of Giordano.
So it's a shame to see those cautions and some of those drivers to have retirements. I should say that the racing has been pretty decent so far for 100 laps. I wish we had a little bit cleaner racing, but these guys that are in the top 10 are really charging.
Yeah, good battle for the lead. and then on older tires a little bit further back.
Yeah, I mean, some of these drivers have come up through the field that are now running in the top 10.
Yeah. And, those guys that pitted in around lap 80 when we had that first caution, or even this last one, they still got to pit again. They're going to have to pit twice, right? We know the tank of fuel is only 60 laps, so there's not enough fuel for them to just take. Well, they're going to have to come in, right? So these other guys, they're going to be able to stretch it to one stop too. If we get to that stage, we could see some drivers a lap down that we wouldn't anticipate to be a lap down just because of the multiple strategies that are going on. Donnie Bartlett making a charge forward. He's unfortunately a lap down, but probably trying to fight to get it back. He's in behind the 38 of Moreau. Moreau's currently up 5 spots, running in 15. Domer's tight on the bumper of Manage. Let's go up and take a look at our lead battle. Really makes it deceiving as they run down the backstretch there. It's only 1.5 tenths. And Giordano has closed that gap.
Yeah, Giordano's really pushing Lingerfelt for that third position.
Yeah, and I think the 62, we're going to look at our tire strat again here. These guys are on 26 lap older tires, 5th and 6th, 13. So Mark Kalin and Dan Park, not too far back, only 6/10 back, are likely going to be charging for the lead pretty shortly. Don't forget the lead part.
The Lee, yeah, and that's them. We saw them in the frame really quick. They're visually not far away, and yeah, their tires are 13 laps newer, I believe.
It's pretty substantial.
Remember the graphic? So they should definitely be able to get in that fight.
Yeah, when we were looking at best lap times, that's up on the tower now. We've seen 29.5s, 29.7s. Last time around, 31, and then for Park,
they're there.
Yeah, they're almost a half second quicker.
They heard there was a party happening up front, and they want to join it.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them. It's a cool party.
It is. I know.
I love that. You just love that one.
I do. No, I'd like to join that party.
Dan Park charged up quite a bit.
And we know that he has the tires at the moment to do it, and we know that he has the wherewithal? I don't know if that's the right word, but he has the ability to certainly fight through those guys and probably steal that lead.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a pit. Galen makes the pass for the lead. Good battle down the backstretch. Dan Park getting some pace down into turn 3, clearing the 77 advantage. Now the freshest tires are up front. Dan Park making the move over the 62 of Kalen. Kalen looks back underneath down the backstretch. Under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Crescent Donuts 200 at EFRL for the Full Throttle Beards Gen 6 Series.
Bartlett in the pits.
I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go ahead and take a look. He might have been out of fuel. Because there, you remember 120 was our kind of our window there, but if he's pitting now, then it's not really putting him in the window to finish the race on this strategy. Park is opening up a slight lead over Kalen, but the rest of the cars are kind of like falling in line.
You know, as you would say, there's a gaggle still there. He's not pulling away. He's comfortable, but still some good racing there right up front. Top 6.
See the left front suspension working there in the corner, just the little oscillation of that tire. Let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit further back. Battle here with the 94 and the 47. Dunford, he went through the grass earlier on. We've seen Doyle, I believe our P3 finisher last week. Was he? No, that was Kalen. But Doyle, he was, where was he finishing? I think Watkins Glen was a P3? Yeah, there we go. He's got the 5 of steel on his bumper. He's several laps down.
Kalen was off track. I wonder if Kalen made a move on Park and that didn't work out.
He could have just clipped the grass looking for real estate, and that'll give you an off track through the tri-oval. A lot of pressure on the 7 of Park from that 62 machine. And those tires that are 13 laps older, Chris, those guys are still there.
Yeah, for sure. You wouldn't notice that the tires had that big a difference. You know, and talking tires real quick, what is the track temp, Robert? 77. That's a
pretty cold.
reasonable temp. Yeah, I mean that's, you know, that's definitely allowing a little bit of longevity out of the tire wear.
Yeah, I mean, these are ideal track conditions, but that top 6 is super tight. The 14 of Domer making a looky under the 62. And it brushes the wall on the exit of 4. And Domer completes the pass. Kalen looking to the inside down the backstretch. I don't know if he's going to ship it. He do. Cameras brought to you by Track Cams 22. Gives you a great perspective of everything going on in the race. I mean, this is impressive. I didn't think the tire fall off would have these guys battling out, but like looking here is that Park and Kalen 13 lap newer tires, and starting to fall by the wayside for that 62 machine. But Dan Park, our current leader, a part of JBR, opens up a 4/10 gap, but These cars, Chris, they have such a tremendous amount of draft that it's hard to break away. See if we have any battles on the track worth taking a peep at. Well, these guys spread out a little bit. Reese in 9th. Battling the 26 of John Patrick. Drag race down the back stretch. It's likely a tire. Yeah, Reese has not pitted since lap 66.
Yeah,
Along
I was
with
looking at
Walker.
that when we flashed that earlier.
That's crazy. I mean, if he can get it to lap 140, he's in that one-stop window, but I mean, based on what we've seen so far tonight, these cautions keep kind of like creeping out on us.
Well, they've settled in a bit, which is nice since the last. And I'll tell you, why don't you throw a track map up, and let's see how spread out some of these guys are. There's a nice spread, so that might give us a little security as to some caution avoidance.
Yeah, everyone is spread out, Chris. I mean, it's a great observation. And Reese can no longer hang on and gives up the spot to Patrick. Or wait, did Patrick fall back? Patrick fell back. Reese is further up. That's crazy. 140 is going to be around the sweet spot where these guys can pit. So those other guys are going to have to pit.
And
Yeah, I don't
for
know.
conversation's sake, why don't we jump in with Reese again and look at his gauges and see just what he has for fuel? Hermes is coming into the pits. Reese, ooh, he doesn't have much left.
No. No, we estimated 60, 65 laps, but you have to remember we've got a little kind of like error in this because there has been caution flags. It's going to throw it off.
Yeah, so 130 to maybe 132, I'm guessing, right?
Well, I think the sweet spot's going to be maybe 135 or after if he can make it. Because if it stays green, it's about 60 to 65 laps for a tank of fuel. But, we're showing that red line just because of the cautions.
He's coming in.
And he's got the lock dock. Oh, he gets a little loose on entry of the pits.
Who said 30 to 32?
I don't know. I didn't hear that. I don't know if anyone was listening, but I don't think anyone said it.
I'm getting a little better.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And they're going to go a lap down. Those are the leaders just passing them in the pits. Galen rubbing the wall there. I don't know if that's going to hurt his speed, but that's 18 of Hamilton. He's a lap down. The 77 of Manich is in third. Tonight race sponsored by Crescent Donuts in Bloomington, Indiana.
Every bite is a memory. I thought we'd say that together.
Oh. My bad.
Next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Closing in on where we're going to see kind of like hit strategy come into play. So I'm not sure if Walker and Reese have enough to go the distance. But one thing we have to consider here is we're looking at lap times 31.9. So if you remember, our fast laps were 29.5s. Let's go look. 29.7s. Okay. So they're 2 seconds slower a lap now. And you remember that Reese and Walker had just pitted. So we're going to go to our last lap time again. Wait for Reese and Walker to show up on the ticker. Reese, they're running about a second a lap faster. So this is where the undercut strategy is kind of important. Because they got to come down pits, but they're going to gain 30 seconds in that run. So I think that's it's pretty interesting when you start to consider if we stay green, we got one heck of a show boiling up. Dan Park getting passed by the 62 of Kalen. 77 of Manich, and the 51 of Hermes is a lap down. Little bump from the 51. Looking to get his lap back.
I think I was kind of just doing a little bit of math real quick. I know that's scary / dangerous.
Everyone was like, why is Chris so silent? Yeah, you know why?
No, I was just thinking about it.
Oh!
He's doing math. I was thinking about it. So Reese and I forgot who came in behind him.
Lockdock.
The Lockdock. They came in about 130, I think, actually.
Yeah.
So, and you guesstimated 65-ish laps to a tank.
That's tight.
So that takes us to 95-ish. But, you know, throw in one caution, perhaps two, and they might be able to get that home.
Yeah,
am I correct, Amundo?
You are correct. That you are correct, but these lead lap cars have to pit for them to get back on the lead lap because they want to be on the same tire strategies. Those guys didn't take tires before, so they're gonna want to bolt on more tires. We need like a tire counter. You know what I mean?
We'll work on that.
We know they, like, you know, the 62 took tires at the stage break. We know he took tires again. I don't know if they only have one more set. 77 to manage. It looks like the 77 the 7 of Dan Park might be saving fuel. Let's go ahead and take a look at Park. We're gonna hop in his cockpit here. Oh, the crossover there. He sent it in to see. Jesus. I thought you were going to finish my sentence there, Chris. We were going to do it together.
I wasn't sure what was happening there. I thought that was... I would have liked to have seen that on the third-party cam on that.
Let's... Here, let's do this. We got time. Here
do it live!
Or we'll do it on a replay.
I saw Dan Park go high. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there.
Well, you're coming up on lap traffic here. So, watch this. He did send it in real deep and pushed up the track, so. That's good. That, you know, that cost him 2 spots there. The one for the lead, and then 77 of Manich got by as well. But he's right back in the hunt. off track for Reese. I think that's just because of... I don't even know why. He looks okay. Okay. Walker further behind on the same strat. Checking in on the 65 of Lingerfelt. Seven seconds behind. So the top three within 3/10. Lingerfelt 8 seconds back.
Do we think Lingerfelt is holding back?
I don't know. A lot of wheel input right there. Well,
Really smooth, I'll say that.
I'm hearing a lot of tire scrubbing. But yes, also smooth. Those tires got to be tired. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pit stop window again. Lingerfelt 62 laps on those tires. He can come in anytime. It's crazy, you know, we were looking at this. It was 13 and 26 was the two group of cars that had, started that last caution. And now time has marched by. We're kind of in the final stages of the race where we're going to see it all come together, Chris.
Well, we've seen it come together a couple times already, so I want to see it just come together, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough. Oh, there he goes.
There we go. And the number 51 getting shout outs again. More love, more flowers for the 51.
How is Hermes doing?
I believe the 11th, maybe? Or?
Hermes is a little bit further back.
Okay, 19th. I'll take that back. Oh, we saw Hermes get owned earlier. Got wasted.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble. A little bit of trouble for sure. Let's go back up to our leaders. Dan Park still on the bumper of the 62 of Kalen, 2/10 back. The 77 Manich must have came down pit lanes. Here he is here coming down pit town. Getting away there. So this is going to be interesting as far as when he gets away, how far Reese and Walker are ahead of him on that different pitch strategy. Kalen and Park battling hard.
There's a lot of things going on with a lot of racing still, so it's interesting to see how it will unfold.
We got the three of Hamilton fighting to get his lap back. And they're three wide. The one of Reese also say, yeah, I got these freshies. Let me through. Let me through, boy. So Reese just crosses the line. Let's see where Manich is. At turn 4. So this is going to be interesting because, you know, these are 30-second laps. That's a quarter of a track. So quick math says that's about, 7 to 8 seconds behind those new tires. I don't know how long it takes them to fall off, but Manich should be able to close up that gap rather quickly.
I'm going to trust you with all those numbers.
Call me the numbers guy. Dunford in the pits. Domer in the pits too. Clicking around and click down. See these cars starting in the pits. Good stop for the 94. Gomer gets in his box as well.
And there's the lawn.
It's beautiful. I meant to cut my grass today, but you know what didn't happen?
Hey, it's Memorial Day. You just relax.
Yeah, forget about it. Man, these guys have been door to door for I don't know how long. That's Anthony Hamilton in the 18. I don't know. Like, you know, we've kind of covered so many shows, Chris, and we talk about the undercut strategy, and you know, is it going to pay dividends? You know that there's only 60 laps to a tank of fuel. There's only 47 laps to go. So the longer these guys stay out, the more time they give up, and you see Manage now coming to fight for his lap back. He's in 8th spot. 3 wide getting his lap back.
There's just a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to sort of follow whose strategy is what, how much fuel they have, how old their tires are. So I'm trying to just kind of like digest all of that at the moment here with these drivers on track.
Yeah, and I mean even Kalen and Park, they're sucking fumes. They've been out there for so long, there's no fuel left in the tank. At lap 60, and that's what we're estimating for a tank, right? So we had the one caution there, so they're going to be coming in the next 5 laps or so, I would guess.
You want to jump to the fuel gauge?
Yeah, we'll put it up. Yeah, they got nothing.
I'd say, yeah, 2 laps at the most, probably.
Elam getting up in the business of the lead pack.
And where is Elam at the moment?
Elam is running in the 21st spot. He was involved in that hard lick at the wall, right? So very unlikely that he's going to be able to recuperate from that damage.
Yeah, that is a bummer. I was hoping Elam would have another good showing this race, but at the moment it's not looking the best.
22, Kyle Mays, he was involved in some carnage too. He's currently running 4th. It's going to be an interesting wind down of events. 43 laps to go, 42.
So Kalen undercutting Park.
Yeah, because Kalen's in the pits now. I would think that Park's got to come in the next lap.
I would think so too.
And he's staying out. Five of Steel has got that car back up to kind of race pace after hitting that inside wall rather hard.
Park is hanging in there time-wise, but just has got to come in another lap or so.
Yeah, he's giving up way too much time. It's not something I'd want to be on the, you know, the odds of that coin tossed. Oh, here he comes. Woo, gets in.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to smoke the barrels.
You know what happens if you do that?
Wasted?
You get wasted.
Yeah, we've seen somebody do that. That was Benny Two Names.
You got wasted, but
That was a good. That was
lead.
a good, you know, pit entrance for that 7. So it's going to be interesting to see where Park comes out in relation to the 62 of Kalen.
Agreed. I'm interested to see this as well.
There's Kalen now, meow, on the front stretch, and Park's just coming out of the pit. So looks like Park staying out an extra 2 laps might have lost some time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have thought like maybe 1 extra lap. I don't know. We'll have to see. They have essentially. We know that by the temperature of the track, I should say that it's not really chewing up the tires too much. So I don't think 2 laps difference is gonna really be a big time difference.
Yeah, our current leader, I agree. The temperature of the track should hold these things together. Our new leader, Meow, is the 77 of managed. He's gotten around Reese already. But Manage is putting on a great performance once again, picking up the win in the money race. I think it was at $70 for him to win that.
Yeah, $70.
In quality, he was involved earlier in an incident, and just hasn't. We've seen him covering these broadcasts from Outlier TV. He hasn't been able to stitch together a strong performance, just having bad luck. Go ahead and take a look at some of our battles on the track. Let's go into the 6th and 7th spot. A 3-way battle here between Lingerfeld, Giordano, and Dunford. Now let's take a look at some of our stats. I wonder if a couple of these drivers are going to have to pit again. You got Hamilton in the 3 machine. He came in 40 laps ago. That might be a little tight with 34 laps remaining. Same with Reese.
Yeah, we knew Reese was going to go to maybe 198 or so, perhaps.
Yeah.
Estimating, 65 laps. We'll see.
We might have some new cats up in the booth.
Reese has a little bit of flexibility to save, with Hamilton roughly 10 seconds behind him.
I mean, great battle for these drivers for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Did I say Kalen or Hamilton? I meant Kalen if I didn't say that. Reese has a little bit of space to save when we get to the end, with Kalen being 10 seconds behind him.
Yeah, I mean, Kalen's also got fresher tires, so it's not going to help him in the corners, right?
He's starting to close that up already.
Yeah, he's falling fast. I think these drivers were kind of looking at the history of some of these races and thinking there's going to be a late race caution. There's always a late race caution. I want to have tires behind the pit wall to have an option of being a contender for the winner. And now look at the lap times once again. Best lap time, so 29 6s and 7s. We'll just pick on that. Last time around, 31 6, 31 7. Kalen 30.8. Park 30.6. So Kalen about a second faster than the leader alongside Park. Those guys are going to be the two on the move. Giordano under fire from the 65 of Lingerfeld. And Kalen on the bumper of Reese. Reese not going to be able to put up too much of a fight. Reese coming in the pits.
Coming
30
back
laps.
in.
Yeah.
Thought he would hang it out just a little longer.
Well, you know when the tires fall off, Chris, like it's 2 seconds a lap. So, I mean, Reese might be doing like one of those Hail Mary plays where he's thinking, I pit now and I waste like 40 seconds down the pits, but I'm going to gain 40 seconds back in 20 laps.
It just seems like he hadn't been out that long since his last pit stop when he got tires, but
Oh, we'll run the numbers, you know? Run them. And you can see how gentle the 77 is being in the corners. Great job by the 77 to get it done.
yeah, just keeping it nice and smooth.
Yeah, super smooth inputs. He's got 6 seconds on Kalen, so we'll have to remember that. 8 seconds on Park. So we'll watch those 2 times. Those tires are substantially fresher than what our leader has currently. Checking on our 2 machine of Walker, currently running 10th, starting 10th. Pit stop strategy here. 44 laps. I mean, it's so tight for some of these guys on fuel. Not sure how this one's going to pan out.
Well, I think they might make it. At least our leaders towards the front. I don't know if you want to put that back up real quick.
Yeah, of course.
So let's look at Manich, for example. Let's say it was, 30 laps ago he pitted and there's 25 to go. That's 55 laps, correct?
Yep.
So we guesstimated 65 to a full tank.
Yeah, like that would be max for sure.
So that's 10 laps of sort of, flex laps. So he should be able to make it if he can manage.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only 2 that I'm kind of questioning would be Walker and Quiring, the 2 and the 46. And you can see Reese and Hamilton, the 1 machine and the 3 machine, 5 and 8 laps. Markle, 15 laps. He's going to be a threat. He's going to definitely be able to march up. Like he's putting pressure on the 47 of Doyle right now. So maybe we'll take a look at the battle between Markle and Doyle.
I think Reese will be in a good position if we happen to see a caution.
Oh, absolutely. But I think, getting a little loose down into turn 3, I believe. Griffiths on the outside. Griffiths had a good run. He's currently in 17th. Not in the battle with these guys, but racing hard.
I think it's going to get saucy towards the end because these guys are already on kind of mediocre level tires. And we still have 20 laps to go. So they'll be wearing in pretty well. And I think that these guys are going to be battling for positions. And it could give us a little bit of showtime, if you know what I mean, towards the end.
Little showtime. I think it's a 54 of Todd Mays moving to the high side, letting the faster cars go by. And look at the gap. Kalen and Park have both closed that gap. Kalen was 6 seconds, so he's gained 1.5 seconds almost. And Park was 8 seconds, so about the same deficit there, gaining 1.5 seconds. So, I mean, they could close in, but, I mean, let's look at the last lap times around to see if there is pace. And it looks like the tire fall off is definitely falling off, Chris. Like, they're running about the same lap times.
Yeah, Park and Domer have the same exact lap time. Well, they did.
Markle is one of the faster cars. So is Park is pretty fast too. Managed 32 seconds the last time around. I mean, by the math, a half second, a lap. That 5 second lead. What's that? 10 laps? Yeah, it's coming down quicker now. Could have a good battle for the finish. Even Domer could squeak up there.
Showtime.
Showtime. Go check on our leader, the 77 of Manich. Less than 4 seconds, the gap. The second place, less than 6 seconds, the gap to third. And you can see Reese in the camera shot of our leader. He's going to be looking to get his lap back as he rolls the bottom under the 17 at quali.
I think at the moment it doesn't look good, of course, for Reese, but I would say do not count him out. I think that he has the freshest tires at the moment. He has the fuel to do it. So if we happen to see a caution and he gets that lap back, which he's the first driver to get that lucky dog, I think that he could definitely bring it to him. So,
well,
I said, don't count him out.
He's got the lap now.
Oh, he got it back. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought he was one down.
He just passed the 77, and now in front of him, about 4 seconds in front, is the 2 of Walker. This is actually going to shuffle up the points quite a bit if they were to lock in and finish right now. You know, Walker, Doyle, Reese. Doyle is the highest car out of those 4, and Kalen. Oh, he must have suffered something. He's 4.7 back. Kalen currently in 5th in points, and Dan Park 6th. So, I mean, Giordano is 7th, and he's running 6th. So, there's a
right
lot.
Now, the biggest takeaways will be Kalen and Park.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll be the big winners to take advantage of total points.
And they're only one straightaway away. So I think Kalen and Park, I don't know if they've hit that tire fall off. I'm going to check on their last lap times around. Yeah, Kalen must have brushed the wall or something. He's 32.3. Dan Park's still 31.8. He wants by. I don't know. I think Manage might have this stitched up, Chris.
It's looking pretty good. I mean, 13 laps is 13 laps.
It is, isn't it?
You know, I mean, yeah.
It's kind of like the same
13
saying.
times 1 is still 13.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the saying $20 is $20, you know?
That's true. I'm just saying, don't count it out yet. One caution can change everything.
Oh, absolutely. Giordano looking to chase the 5th spot away from the 94 Dunford. Yeah, it looks like Park and Kalen aren't going to be able to close that gap at all. Reese is closing the gap on the 2 of Walker. I mean, this is not, Reese has the speed, but apparently the strategy didn't work out for him tonight. But I mean, there's still lots, like you said, 13 laps is 13 laps. Anything can happen here, but, you mentioned before, Chris, like, how do these guys look at it on the track? And it looks like on the track map there, everyone's pretty spread out. Walker on the bottom side, wrapping the bottom, Steele and Elam in front of him. Any other tight battles? Let's take a look. Doyle and Lingerfeld. I don't know if Doyle has.
Kind of. Sorry, Robert. I was just going to say Lingerfeld's kind of been like a Mr. Consistency in this league, I think.
Yeah, he just hasn't qualled well.
Yeah, and I meant that as a compliment for sure. Like, we see him do fairly well, maybe not podium level, but just does really well every race.
Yep. Yeah. Marches up, often gets a hard charger. And the battle tightens for the 5th spot. We'll go over to that. 6 laps to go. Giordano and Dunford catch up to Domer. So Domer might be on the struggle bus a little bit. Let's take a look at tire wear. Oh, they're all in the same strategy, so it's just about tire management at this point.
Walker into the pits.
No fuel.
Well, we're getting to the end of this thing, Robert.
5 laps to go.
We talked about this earlier. Let's go to the gas gauge here. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
All are good. It was Reese we were going to be wondering about, but he came in again. So
yeah, I mean, everyone that I'm seeing through the pit stop to Lem here is all within that window, except for Hogan. Hogan might be a little tight. He's running in 12. But I mean, looking for like decent points, not necessarily going to be a podium finisher, but our top 10 is pretty much locked in. And Dunford making the move on Domer. Giordano looking to get a run on the 22. of Kyle Mays. He's going to complete the pass there, but Dunford getting a little pressure on the outside from Domer into one. Giordano also just, he's there, you know? And these guys are battling, so it's going to be easier for him to close back up.
Well, the tires are all the same age, I believe, right? And I think we're just going to run out of laps.
I mean, 18 plus, yeah. But this is going to be where the battle's at. We're going to go back up to Domer and Dunford. 2 laps remaining. We're going to see it, you know, catching up on lap traffic. This could be the deciding factor. White flag is out. Race is official, Chris. Not sure if we're going to see any late race moves. Our leader entering turn 3. Dan Park grabs the second spot over Kalen, who's in third. And Dunford's ahead. Giordano falls back a bit, but Manage, our winner tonight. Back over here. Dunford, Domer, Giordano, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Markle 7th. Doyle 8th. Lingerfeld 9th. And Reese grabs the top 10 finish. So, I mean, overall, pretty impressive. But there were so many strategies, Chris. It was hard to stay on top of.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. Second half, a lot different than the first half for sure. But yeah, not our kind of normal top 10 order. But
no.
it's good. I liked the I liked the race. Like I said, second half was a little more entertaining than the first.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we seen a mix of cautions right at the start. And, definitely took some wind out of the sails. Probably for the drivers, too. Take a quick break and then grab some driver interviews.
At Wagner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are. For over 25 years, Wagner's Welding has been a family-owned business built on honesty, hard work, and treating every customer like family. Whether it's custom truck beds or ramps, heavy-duty fabrication, hydraulics, or precision repair work, every weld and every detail is crafted for strength, reliability, and long-lasting performance. We don't cut corners, we build quality that lasts, because your truck needs to work as hard as you do. When you want value, craftsmanship, and custom work done right the first time, choose the team that treats you like family. Visit Wagner's Welding at 446 DeHart Church Road in North Wilkesboro or call 336-670-3427 to see how we can get your job working for you. At Wagner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are. For over 25 years, Wagner's Welding has been a family-owned business built on honesty, hard work, and treating every customer like family. Whether it's custom truck beds or ramps, heavy-duty fabrication, hydraulics, or precision repair work, every weld and every detail is crafted for strength, reliability, and long-lasting performance. We don't cut corners, we build quality that lasts, because your truck needs to work as hard as you do. When you want value, craftsmanship, and custom work done right the first time, choose the team that treats you like family. Visit Wagner's Welding at 446 DeHart Church Road in North Wilkesboro or call 336-67.
All right. Drivers coming through the tech shed. It's time to grab our third place finisher tonight, the 62 machine of Mark Kalen. Mark, Robin, Chris up in the booth. Congrats on your P3 tonight. Overall, how do you feel your race strategy went, and kind of what happened to you at the end?
Yeah, strategy was great. Car felt great up until I clobbered the turn 4 exit wall and gave myself some wheel damage with about 17 to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little unfortunate error on my part, but still the Babe Ruth call out from last week coming in strong.
Yeah, you
Um,
did call it.
but no, I was really quick. I had about 13 lap fresher tires than Colton, so I was running him down, and I was ready for a fight for the win. But just a momentary lapse of focus. That's all it takes, man. And then just kind of had to manage what I had, and I couldn't fight Daniel, but I had to try and manage the gap to third, and they were coming on strong at the end there.
Yeah, that I guess we'll call it the third pack of cars with Dunford, Domer, and Giordano. They were definitely marching forward. As far as like track handling went for you, did you did you feel the car was like tight or loose in certain parts of it, and how was tire wear?
It was dump truck tight all night long. I hate when the car is like that. It doesn't make it super enjoyable, but it does make for some decent racing and having to manage the tires. That the right front was in some ways worse than Dover last week as far as the
Ooh,
wear went. But I think that was with the speeds of the track and the length of the runs. So I mean, we were going 50, 60 lap runs, and so my tires were under 20% both pit stops there, the last two stops. Yeah.
yeah, wow. I mean, that amount of tire wear probably is not too fun to drive. Chris, do you smell that?
I do. It's burnt
It's
rubber.
no, it's the smell of Crescent Donuts, Chris. Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Over all these memories that I'm making, I can hardly even smell it anymore. Every bite is a memory, and we made a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, what do you want to say to Mark?
Mark, congratulations, buddy. We enjoyed the show that you put on. We're getting used to talking to you now every week, so a great job. And yeah, we're going to Nashville next week. What do you think about Nashville?
Honestly, Nashville is not one of my best tracks. I've always struggled there for pace. Um, so I might have to put in a little extra practice this week if I have the time. The issue for me lately has been I just haven't had the time to practice really like I want to. So especially for qualifying. So you saw that tonight. I was mired down mid pack for qualifying because I killed the wall on my hot lap. But yeah, it's just one of them things. So we'll have to play it by ear next week and see how that goes.
Well, you did a great job tonight. We were wondering how everything was going to finish. There was lots of different strategies, and then we were wondering what was going to happen if we did get a late caution, and that didn't happen. So, great job in securing the third place tonight on a podium, and no Babe Ruth call out for next week. That's a-okay. Who would you like to give flowers to for this race this evening?
Well, I've got a pretty good pair on me, so I'll go ahead and call it out. Babe Ruth style podium next week, regardless of how it goes.
Whoa.
But
I can respect that.
definitely want to give a shout out to my wife and my parents for supporting my sim racing addictions and tuning into the racing. And then I want to give a shout out to my teammates on JJR helping me out tonight, especially Hermes. If it wasn't for him towing me around the track those last 10 laps, I think fourth place would have caught me easily. Give a shout out to sorry, I have some lengthy shout outs this evening, but shout out to you guys up in the booth putting on a great broadcast each week. Appreciate that. The league admins for putting on a great league so far this year. And obviously, with it being Memorial Day, want to give a shout out to all the service members who have passed in the line of duty, their families, thinking about them so that their sacrifices pave the way for us to be able to have this kind of fun. And then want to give a shout out to Kyle Busch himself. Tragically lost him last week suddenly, so didn't think it would affect me as much as it has because I was never really a huge fan of his, but I did respect his driving. But man, it caught me up in tears when I saw Samantha and Brexton at the Coke 600 last night. So yeah, just give a shout out to everybody and a shout out to everyone in the league tonight. For the most part, had some great racing going on there, especially with Dan all race long. So, but yeah, I appreciate it, fellas.
Hey, we thank you. Nice words, nice flowers and shout outs. So appreciate all of that. And I just had a question for you real quick. Does your family, friends, do they watch you live or do they usually just catch it where they catch it?
It's 50-50. I do some Twitch streaming, and that's where my family usually watches it at. They just prefer the in-car view of my stream over the broadcast. Nothing against you guys. It's just they prefer
I totally
the in-car.
get it.
And listening to me with my team. But yeah, no, they typically will watch me live. If not, they'll watch it the next day, depending on the time.
Well, awesome. Best of luck to you next week. And yeah, I guess I should say we'll talk to you then.
I certainly hope so, because I don't know how that one's going to play out.
Well, Mark, good luck, buddy. And yeah, we'll chat with you next week, okay?
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah,
You too.
All right, P3 finisher Mark doing the Babe Ruth call again, Chris. I don't know. Do you think we're going to be talking to him again next week?
Sure, I do. I like that. Yeah, we've talked to him a handful of times. He's got confidence. He knows he needs to put in some practice. But yeah, no, I think we will talk to him.
All right. Well, it's time to bring in our P2 finisher, Dan Park. Dan, how does it feel to be up in the podium tonight?
I'm exhausted.
Why is that?
That's a long ass race, man.
Are you telling me? Overall, like we seen you started 23rd. Did you have issues in qualifying, or was it strategy? Like, what happened?
I hit the wall on my second lap.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that, Dan.
Nope. That makes you start in the back. You got a long way to go if you start in the back.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you march up earlier on in the race, and you're able to kind of stay there for the most part. You had a great door-to-door battle with the 62 for I don't know how many laps where you're just inside and outside of each other. So that was good to see from our perspective. But I mean, overall, was there any highlight of the night for you that you'd want to touch on?
I don't know. The battle with Mark was a lot of fun. Me and him went back and forth for probably a good 25 laps. I followed him all the way to the front, and then we just never left each other.
Yeah, and you took kind of like I would say kind of like an overcut strategy compared to the 77 to manage, and you were running them down. Was there anything else that you could have done differently to maybe close up that gap?
I don't think so. He was just faster than me. At the end of the run right there, he was pulling back away from me.
Yeah, I mean,
I had nothing for him.
we'll probably
Maybe a caution, but I didn't really want that either because then who knows how many people had tire sets left.
Yeah, there was a couple people that didn't pit and take tires, so you would have seen like Walker and Reese have an extra set. I forget who else.
I had an extra set.
Yeah, there was quite a few. So
yeah, so it'd been interesting, but I can't complain with the P2, especially in my throwback scheme. I wanted to put it in victory lane, but can't complain with P2.
No, I mean it was a tough race. You definitely kind of marched forward and showed presence, so that was nice to see. And you kind of been a little bit of a staple lately up in the Outlier booth, so nice hearing from you. But over to Chris, what do you want to say to Mr. Park for his P2?
I'd like to say congratulations, Dan. Excellent race for you. Excellent P2. We were watching you, and yeah, it was a little bit a surprise as to where you qualified, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And we knew that you are the type of driver to make it through the field and charge up front, and that's exactly what you did. And so it was a great show. We enjoyed the battle with you and Mark, as well as the viewers, and it was very exciting. And so, yeah, just congratulations to you on your podium at P2. Like Robert said, you're pretty much a staple here now in this league, putting on good showings and quality racing. So we appreciate you being here and racing the way that you do. Heading over to Nashville next week. Wanted to get your thoughts on Nashville, how you feel about it.
Not the biggest fan of Nashville, but I'll do my best. That's all I can say.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do. And yeah, how about some flowers? How would you? Who would you like to give some flowers to this evening for your performance?
Well, first things first. Of course, Kyle Busch. He'll be missed. I ran the M&M's Crispy, which was my favorite scheme that he ran. This is the first car that I had painted that doesn't have my dad's name on it, but it's for a reason. I want my dad's name on them, but this one's different. Gotta thank Michael Steele for the paint. He absolutely knocked it out of the park. You guys were putting on a great broadcast. My teammates at Jonathan by Racing, we ended up running really good as a team, so I can't complain there. And Dean and for putting on the broadcast or for putting on the league, so we all have somewhere to race.
Okay, well, sounds great. Thank you for your thoughts, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week. You're always an exciting driver to watch battle, and happy to have you on the podium again. So best of luck to you next week, and yeah, hope to chat with you then. Okay.
All good. I might say I have some of the best wreck avoidances of this race. I don't know how I avoided a couple of them, but I did.
Yeah, well, I mean,
a lot of swerving.
We'll put a highlight reel together for you.
Yeah. I don't know. Lap 87 is still my favorite.
Well,
that was insane.
Got you the P2,
we replay,
Dan. So.
Yeah, we replay some of them in slow-mo and then in cockpit mode. And so, yeah, I'm not sure if we got one of yours in our replay. But, yeah, I know. Some of them are very wild, and it's good to be lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, people sliding down the track from the top. It's kind of crazy when you're not expecting them to come down.
For sure. Well, Dan, good luck next week, and we'll chat with you then. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
You too. Congrats. Take care.
All right, it's time to bring in our back-to-back winner of, I guess, 2 races, the 77 of Manich. Bolton, Rob, and Chris up in the booth. Congrats on your win again. You come from the money show, your first time in the league, to grabbing the dub in your first points race. I mean, how's it feel for you to grab the win tonight?
Man, this one feels pretty good. Feels a lot more earned, I guess you could say, than last week. Because we were just there kind of all night long, and strategy fell the way that we needed it to, and was able to save some tire and kind of manage the gap with those guys. It was awesome. It was so much fun. I love this car and track combination. I just think it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, watching you drive tonight, you didn't start up front. You started 22nd. It wasn't too long before you're up there battling. And you're exactly right. You were up there fighting for the lead, and you kind of showed kind of long run pace, which I don't think we saw everyone that EFRL has for a long run strategy, because the field kind of got jumbled up around like lap 80 when the caution came out. Not everyone pitted, so definitely had an impressive performance overall. So. One of the questions I asked another driver, I'm going to ask you the same just to get perspective. Overall, like, how did the car feel? Did you find it like tight or loose?
I felt pretty comfortable for the most part. When I got in traffic, it was really, really tight. I definitely dealt with that. But I was able to kind of manage it because they're there for a while. I can't remember what lap it was around. But I had pitted on that lap 80 caution, and then I don't know, it was probably like 10, 15 laps, something like that. Afterwards, we got another caution when Mark got spun on the front stretch, and when him and Daniel had worked their way back up through the field, they were on fresher tires, and I don't know how much of a difference it was, but I was able to see the way that they were driving, and I was able to really adjust there because I was on the tire deficit at that point, so I was behind, and I was able to adjust my line a little bit and figure out what they were doing, and then what I was needed to do in case we got to run like we did here towards the end of the race. So all in all, I felt fairly comfortable until I got the air taken off the nose, and then it just got really tight.
Yeah, from Chris and I were watching, and we thought that Kalen and Park were going to be able to kind of make a run with you or run at you in the closing laps, but they hit that max fall off point, and then it seemed that almost they were overdriving a little bit compared to what you were doing, and you were able to start to pull back away. So, very impressive run for you in your second race at the full Throttle Beards Gen 6 series. Chris, what do you want to say to our back-to-back winner, the 77 Colton Manich?
Colton, congratulations, buddy. Podium P1. Awesome performance tonight. One, I would just like to say I'm glad you made it back again. We talked to you last week and you weren't sure like the frequency and if you had time or if they had an open spot for you. So that was nice that you could come back, the following week and race. So great performance. And you touched on it a little bit in the beginning with Robert. You were saying that, a good performance tonight or better performance tonight. I was going to kind of echo that and just add that I think last week, well-deserved podium and win, but I think that there was some luck behind that because of the carnage that we had with some of the cars in front of you. If I remember at the last restart, you were maybe in 7th or so, and there was a little bit of a mixing and mashing, and you were able to kind of capitalize and break through, and you won. And then tonight was just so smooth and well earned, well commanded P1, and it was a very dominant performance. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you. A nice drive.
Oh, thank you very much. It means a lot. Yeah, we actually got to figure it out. So I should be here for the remainder of the season, except for next week. I know for sure I'll miss that one. But the goal is to make as many of these races as I can moving forward. So we got that thing figured out after last week. So glad to be here.
Man, I love that. I'm glad that you are going to, participate with this league. It's a great league. You're a great driver, and you're a great addition. So that's awesome. And the league really, can use drivers like yourself. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying like the league is made up of great drivers, and you're just an additional great driver to participate and race with these guys. So a terrific addition. So I'll tell you what, you won't be here next week, but the week after. Wishing you the best of luck. I don't know where we're going the following week, but I know we're going to, well, I guess it doesn't even matter. I was going to say, how do you feel about Nashville? Let's jump you forward then. You'll be at Michigan with these guys in 2 weeks. How do you feel about the Michigan track? Let me ask you about that.
Michigan, it's been a while since I've run Michigan in these cars. I'll say in the next gen cars, it's one of my favorite tracks. Really enjoy Michigan. But like I said, it's been a long time since I've run them in these things. So I'm actually very eager to get out there and run some laps and just kind of refresh and see what I can do with them.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, man. I tell you what, a three-peat would be pretty fun to see. But yeah, we just wish you the best performance, and like to see you just battle through the field and race these guys hard. It's really fun for us as broadcasters, for the fans and viewers, and seeing great driving is always fun. Drivers love driving with great drivers, so that's why this is all good for all of us. So for tonight's win, let me ask you, who do you want to give flowers to for this win?
first and foremost, I do want to mention, how special this race was. It's, for us, we only, a lot of us get to look up to a guy like Kyle Busch. And on this kind of scale, it's kind of crazy to talk about that and just the impact that he's had on us as far as driving and things like that. But there's so many things that, Kyle Busch and what he's brought to this generation of drivers, and fans and whatnot, and so many of us, you know whether we loved him or we loved to hate him, he was one that I actually, was a fan of, and really admired for his skill. And it's, this particular paint scheme, I ran this in a Gen 6 league, probably 3 years ago. It was one of my first ever, schemes that I created, and honoring Dale Earnhardt and Kyle Busch for a throwback. So I said, what better race than to bring it back for this one? So, like I said, it just thoughts and prayers to their family, NASCAR community, everybody who's been affected, because I've talked to so many guys, even on the iRacing level, just who've been affected by it. So, just that's really where I want to put the main focus. And then obviously everybody who's just a part of this league, and then my sponsors, Williamsburg Contracting, Shenko Custom Diecast. And I said I did get to play back the broadcast last week, and you guys do a phenomenal job. So looking forward to watching this one back again. And so thank you guys for what you're doing for everybody in this league too.
Hey, it's our pleasure. We're happy to be here. Really enjoy the league and the drivers, and even the fans that are checking in the chat. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Best of luck to you in Michigan, and we hope to chat with you then. Okay, take care of yourself.
Right. Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Chris. Maybe we just do a quick wrap up and shut the show down. What do you say about that?
Yeah, we'll do a quick wrap up. I want to change gears for just tonight, I guess we'll say, Robert. I'm in the United States. You are in Canada. I'll just touch on Memorial Day really quick and just wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. Thank you to all of our veterans from past wars and that have served, who have served and are still with us, I should say. So just thank you for your sacrifice, and we really appreciate you. And yeah, so I just wanted to say that. Just wanted to say something about Memorial Day. Thank you to all. Robert, about Kyle Busch, I was hoping maybe you could give us a little bit about Kyle Busch. I just wanted to say I haven't been an avid NASCAR fan, and that's why I wanted you to touch on this. But I would just like to say it's an emotional thing, and it's tough to see a husband and a father pass at such a young age. So just me being a husband and a father, it's always tough to just see the struggle of that. So I just wanted to see if you wanted to do our closing and just do a quick touch on NASCAR racing, what Kyle Busch meant to the community, and yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think putting it into perspective, not just from a Kyle Busch lens, but stepping back and looking how, when we look at a sports person or perhaps a famous person, how we can kind of idolize them and look at their path in life and how we can attribute a likeness to them. And I think that's what we've heard a lot today is how people have indirectly had contact with Kyle Busch through watching him race and through his accolades or through the media coverage that he's had and the caliber of driver he was. And, like you said, Chris, is being a family man, how that hits home. And I believe it was Mark saying in his interview how Samantha and Brexton were at that Charlotte race, and it brought him to tears, and liking that to the family aspect. So definitely a mark on the racing community whether you're a passionate person in NASCAR or F1, it's just like when you lose somebody with a legacy like Kyle Busch, it definitely takes an impact to that community. So forever Rowdy, he's going to be missed. And I think the guys tonight at EFRL had done a great job at representing him with their throwback paints and whatnot. Shout out to Kyle Busch for just leaving a legacy and something for us to strive towards.
Yeah, I agree. Well said, Robert. Shout out to Kyle Busch. Drivers did a great job tonight with the tribute paints, and everything that was said. I enjoyed it tonight. It was a good race.
Yep. So just quickly rolling through our stats. Pole position went out to Domer. Fastest lap went to Manage. Most laps led Manage. A lot of managing. Hard charger, Manage.
That's true.
Race winner, Manage. We had 12 different lead changes, 7 different leaders, 5 cautions tonight. The 6th one was the stage break, but this was a long and grueling race, and I think that was kind of felt from the drivers. Shout out to Park and Kalen for rounding at the podium, and Dunford grabbing 4th, Domer 5th, Giordano 6th, Markle 7th, good run for him, Doyle 8th, Lingerfeld 9th, and Reese running at the top 10. So off to Nashville Super Speedway next week, Chris. I think we're moving to that concrete surface, so that's definitely going to be challenging for these guys, especially we saw the carnage that happened at Dover, and I'm hoping we see kind of the same level of clean racing as we saw here tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a good time next week. I think it'll be fun.
All right, well, Outlier TV going to be signing off for tonight. I'm Robert Warrens alongside the Christopher Two Shoes, Chrissy Two Shoes, Chris Schusler co-hosting for Outlier TV. So just make sure you put a like on the broadcast, subscribe to the channel for more great action. We'll be back live again Monday or Wednesday night. I'm not really sure. Getting a little sleepy right meow. But Chris, you got anything else you want to say before we bounce?
No, just wishing everyone a good night. I'm going to skip the play out tonight, and yeah, had a good one, guys. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day, everyone, and peace out, Mr. Kyle Busch, and we'll be back soon. Outlier TV, signing off.